Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Petrol Head number 3. This is a new book from Image Comics. I am very excited to keep talking about this ongoing series. It's a lot of fun. So let's take a look at the creative team before we get into any of that. This book has a story by Rob Williams with art, letters, and graphic design by Parr. If you've watched our previous reviews, you know that I'm really enjoying this series. The guys are also really enjoying the series. It is just one of the our favorite things really to come out in a long time from Image Comics. They have some pretty good ongoing stuff at the moment. So in this issue, escape from the smog zone and the fast and the Robo Furious. There's no escape from the O and the Robo Police. Petrol Head's beloved ride faces destruction. Lupa must make the toughest choice imaginable, and Petrolhead turns to his worst enemy for help. Watch out, Supercar Star is entering the race. As we continue to follow the gang, I really like that we're getting a lot of flashbacks to Petrolhead's racing days. That's where we get a lot of the more dynamic sequences. We get a lot of the more fun banter, but it's also a fun way to kind of relive and experience and expand on the world, but also figure out the relationships between these robot drivers, these petrol heads, right? So when the synopsis mentions petrol heads fiercest rival, that's talking about hybrid, because hybrid of course is a robot that was a lot more successful. It was more popular. It won more races, but Petrolhead never really gave up. So they have a very antagonistic relationship, which is interesting. And now Petrolhead needs to turn to help. Needs to turn to Hybrid for help. But there's one more person, or one more driver that is still on the side of the O. I won't go too far into details because the book really delivers a lot of that. So really cool stuff. I think this has one of my favorite closing pages of the series so far, and I can't wait to see what happens on the next issue. But let's take a look at some of the preview art. As I've talked about, Parr's art is just out of this world. I think what sets this apart is the coloring. Somehow the color palette that Parr has chosen, it just delivers on so many levels. I think a lot of these contrasting colors, we have a lot of blues and oranges kind of contrasting against each other. Obviously, if you know anything about the color wheel, those are, they're on the opposite side. So it's really interesting kind of how they really work together here. But they just give a lot of layers and depth to the art, specifically when it comes to the races. As always, all the robot designs are super cool. And whenever we have an action scene, specifically like this first page, it just looks super cool. Like, I don't know, I can't rave enough about this art. I also love that we have little bits of inserts, more story, more different drivers, and because we get to meet Supercar Star in this one. I love this comparison against Hybrid, like the stat page just in the middle of it. It feels very much like a Saturday morning cartoon that they would just kind of cut to that for no reason, right? So I really love the addition of that, because this is overall a pretty serious comic when it comes to what's going on, but they're not afraid to go and expand on some of this stuff and make it feel a little bit more familiar. So yeah, I really like that page of the stats. And then you can see why Hybrid would be jealous of somebody like Supercar Star, whereas Petrolhead kind of doesn't really care. Petrolhead's just there for the drive. So very distinct personalities, even within these drivers, robots, whatever you want to call them. So, of course, we get to see a little bit more of O's machinations amongst all this stuff, and our. I feel like on this one we don't get. It really focuses a lot more on Petrolhead and then the search for help with Hybrid. So hopefully we can get back to a little bit more of our other characters in the next issue, because they also bring a lot of the emotional beats into this, where Petrolhead's more of a no-nonsense type of character. So really enjoyed this one again. If you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.